Hello, hi, and welcome. You have joined me, Bev from Inkwell Arts, and I hope you're all keeping safe and well. We are wanting to show you today how to do some simple weaving on pieces of wood using some nails and any kind of weaving thread that you have around the house. I don't know if you can see that properly. Oh, there we go. So I've made this cute little heart here with some yarn that's just naturally different colours. And I've just made it on little wooden slice and just used some tiny little nails there for my shape. So the things that you are going to need are some bits of wood. Like I say, I've got these little wood slices. You can make lots of different types of decorations with these, get them painted and things like that. You are also going to need some little nails. You'll need a nail with a flat bit on the top because you don't want your thread to fall off the end. And then they are going to go into your bits of wood. In order to get them into the bits of wood, you are going to need a hammer. Please use the hammer safely. Try not to hurt your fingers. You're also going to need some kind of thread. This is some old crochet thread that I rescued from my grandma's. Embroidery thread would work just as well. And if you were working on a larger scale than I am here, you could use some wool if you've got some of that hanging around. But the choice is yours. Also, the choice is yours for the shape that you are going to create. Now, I made a heart just for a bit of a trial run there. But for this one, I think I'm going to make a flower. There's lots of ideas out there on the internet if you can't think about your own. But I'd probably suggest thinking about something that you like. Maybe a paw print if you like animals. You could go all out and try and make a little scene if you want to. I've seen those out there as well. It's all about just having some fun and letting go, really. Doing something to distract your mind and help you think a little bit easier, a little bit more positively maybe. Forget about all your worries and just be a bit zen. Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to show you how to make one of these wonderful string weaves. So the first thing you need to do is to draw your basic design on your piece of wood. I've just got a pencil here. So I am going to try and weave a flower this time. So I'm just drawing the centre of my flower, so a circle in the middle, and then I'm going to draw some petals. So I have my basic shape here. I should have mentioned before, if you do want this background to be a different colour, then I would suggest painting it first or colouring it however you want. Maybe you could use felt tips if you're using some porous wood like I am here. And then you would paint your design then over your painted base. And then what you need to do is to get your nails and your hammer. Now, you are going to want to protect the surface that you're leaning on. So I'm just simply using another piece of wood here. That way, if I hammer my pins in too much, then they'll just be absorbed by this other piece of wood rather than my table. So you just want to hammer them in, and if you're working small like me, you probably want to hammer them in about 5mm apart. Alright, so once you have hammered it in your nails and you're happy with the shape that you've got, then it's time to get your thread. I am going to make a yellow flower. We're going to go for a bit of a mustard colour here with a just sort of off-white centre. You want to start from the middle and work outwards. So if you are making a flower and you're having the centre a different colour, concentrate on that central point first. Now there are different ways to arrange your thread. If you are beginning with this, just go for it and make any connections that you can sort of between your nails. So if you work sort of across, you'll get a nice coverage then, as I've done here with the heart. Don't be afraid to push your thread down as you're going along. If you want the crisscross layering to be quite thick, then you are going to have to sort of continue to do that. And don't be afraid to use other implements if you can't sort of get your fingers in there, if you're working quite small like I am. Some tweezers would be really good tool, or some little wire nips, anything like that, just to help you with the small awkward spaces. So when you start off, you want to be tying your thread into a knot then. If you are working small like I am, it's best to start your knot off. So I've just created a loop here to bob then over one of your nail heads. So when you've got to the end, there are a couple of ways that you can finish this off. One is either to knot it as you did at the beginning, and another one is to get a needle that your thread will fit through and weave it through. Okay, so once you've tied off your ends, you should have things that look like these, which are great little gifts to give to people. They're also lovely little ornaments. You could drill a hole in the top and hang it with a bit of string. I guess at Christmas time you could make little stars to hang on the trees. Alright guys, so I hope you've enjoyed this session. Thank you for joining me, and we'll be back again soon to provide you with another little craft video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.